me get it cracking like a levy. I'ma show them all how to party if they let me. Keep the countdown and release the confetti. The party don't start till I get there. Sit it's all in the rest and it ain't fair. I've been waiting on this moment my whole life. Yeah, give me my crown if it's just right. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. Watch this. Pull up with the top down. Ain't anything. I'm way too hot now. I radiate. Don't need a rear view. They behind me. Cause my future's so bright in my blind. Hold up. Why I gotta shine so bright? Don't need a reason. Escorting my haters out. They wish you sleep. Can't be nobody else. I'ma be myself. So they gon' have to watch me treat myself. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? You make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? Cause you make it look good. Watch this.
Welcome. Everybody come in, have a seat, get some refreshments, because today we are talking scam fish. That's right. We talking about the scammers that are catfishing at the same god doggone time. Welcome to the Native Tribe channel. Welcome to the Native Tribe show. They call me Native. And today, I thought that we would get into it a little bit early. Let me tell y'all something. Thursday is a special day, okay? Thursday is a day that we get my friend V. Lenore, okay? She's coming on. She got an interview coming up, all right? And then later on, you get some body cam with my friend Legacy Moon, all right? Now check this out. Okay? Then on tomorrow night, you get Native Tribe, Legacy Moon, and V. Lenore over at the Legacy Moon channel doing After Dark, okay? And we got something special for y'all tomorrow night, and you're not going to want to miss it, okay? All right? So I'm going to kick today off, all right? I'm going to be the first one. And then my friends are going to come behind me and do their thing, as they always do, all right? So today, what I thought I would bring to you is two scam fishes, okay? Now, here's the thing. When we do scam fish, we always talk about elderly people, right? All of the scam fish victims are usually older. I thought today it would be a little interesting if we had some people that were not elderly, some people that are younger and should know better than to fall for this bullshit, right? I thought that would be kind of interesting to do, because what's their excuse, right? We always say, well, the older people, they're lonely and they're older. They might have, I think the last one we said that there was some mental stuff going on because of senility and all kind of stuff, right? We make all the excuses for the old people, right? So what is it that is causing these young fools to fall in love with people that they have never met? Okay. I thought that would be an interesting thing to do. I thank you all for joining me on this Thursday afternoon. I can't do this show without you, right? So let's see who all is here, okay? We got I Am Coco in the building. She says, yay, Scamfish is back. Indeed. Thessie Jewel is here. No 504. Coffee is brewing in the house with flames in the chat. Say Jay in the building. Hey, let's talk about it all is also here. Texas Toy has joined us today. Thank you so much for being here. London Pretty New York City Girl is here. She says cheers, as she always does. Bridget Weaver Hicks is in the building, says happy Thursday, Native. Rio in the house. Diva Shawnee has joined us. Legacy Moon in the building says, hey, Native and Tribe, twas the day before after dark. Excitement fills the air. I can't wait for the show. Hope you are there. Thank you so much, Legacy Moon, for joining us. And yes, it is the day before after dark, and we are excited, or at least we should be. Diva Ray in the building with flames in the chat. We got Ms. Nisi joining us. How are you doing? Beverly Pierce says happy Friday Eve from Oklahoma City. 256 Alabama in the building. I got Sonia B is also here. Sonia's Boots is in the building. Blue Sapphire has joined us and has flames in the chat. Justin's mom is also here on a Thursday afternoon. I got Rio 5309 says hello, Native and Tribe. Hello, hello, hello. V. Lenore, the one, the only V. Lenore, is also in the house with flames in the chat. She's an introvert. Is here. I got GC in the building. Nikki G has also joined us. Drea from the boot, that 318, is also here. Ms. Lady in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Val's non-wet ass and full pocketbook in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Mai Tai in the building. I got Just Peeking is also here. Southside Chi-Town in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Legacy Moon says, I heard somebody on YouTube was catfishing. Really? Tell me more. Miss Q94 is also in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Shaniqua, Shanna, I don't know why I can't read this right. Shanna Queen B is in the building. Says, Native, good afternoon. My adult son is driving me crazy. Make me laugh. Please. Okay. No problem. Trust me. We got some funny shit happening in these two videos that we're going to show. Ms. Mad About Music is also in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Natasha Razor Glam is also here. You know she's a supermodel, right? Beautifully Made 13 is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Golden Pearl is also in the building. If we are all here and accounted for, let's get into to our affairs. Okay, let's get into it. All right. I'm gonna pull this up real quick, but I'm also going to do one thing real quick. I want to be able to have my comments up. So I haven't set this studio up. I haven't actually been in this studio in a very long time. So give me one quick second, y'all. Let me get this up real quick. Okay, and let me make it visible real quick. Let me see. All right, now I can see you. Now I can see you. Okay. All right. So, all right. Now I'm gonna have to make some adjustments because I haven't actually used this studio in a minute, but I want you all to be able to see what is going on. So let me adjust this real quick. So that way I can see comments and we can see video all at the same god doggone time. Hold on real quick. This is only gonna take a second. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. All right, everything is visible now. Okay. All righty. And let's see, as we start the festivities, Nikki G has gifted count 'em, one Native Tribe Urban Media membership. Thank you. And that membership went to Nidra. Yes, indeed. Nidra has received a gifted membership gifted by Nikki G. Y'all, we got a new member of the tribe. The family continues to grow. Thank you, Nikki G, for the gifted membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dimples Wumples is also in the house. Hello, Dimples Wumples. How are you? Say J says, hey, Native, Smokey, and Tribers watching from the bushes. I think Smokey's watching from the bushes too, as a matter of fact. Okay. I think so. All right. Listen, y'all. This first one that we're going to get into, I don't know how this got unshared, but let me pull it back up. Hold on, y'all. All right. Let's go back to this. So this first one is a young woman who loves the show Stranger Things. Do you all watch Stranger Things? Because I don't watch Stranger Things. I've seen one episode, right? And honestly, I wasn't really, a lot of people like it. It wasn't for me. Okay. So if you like it, fine. I watched an episode and I was like, eh. A matter of fact, no, I watched 3 episodes of that show. Wasn't really a fan of it, whatever. But this particular young lady loves Stranger Things. Okay. Stranger Things is a show on Netflix, in case you all are not familiar, and it's kind of set in the 80s. It's kind of a I guess horror would be the genre, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she's a big fan. Okay. So apparently she believes that one of the people that is on the show, one of the actors, is in love with her. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this woman. I'm not. Okay. I always have to say that when I do these scam fishes, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Hollywood is its own thing. And, people reaching outside of Hollywood doesn't really happen that often. I'm just saying. But anyway, she believes it. Okay. So this is going to be our first of 2 scam fishes that we're going to do today. Okay. So let's get in to this one. Beautifully Made says, I've seen it once or twice, but don't know the characters on there. It's fine. It's fine. She's gonna she's gonna explain it to you. Okay. Ms. Lady said not for me either. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't give enough of a chance, Ms. Lady. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yes, beautifully made. This is going to be interesting. Watch this.
With Stranger Things. But the thing is, when I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish. I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com. Why does this famous guy need money from you, Michaela?
See, I wondered that too. Until he starts doing things that make me believe that he is who he is.
The key question, in case you all have never, I know a lot of people have never seen Scamfish or have never seen me do a Scamfish. Okay, so let me just explain the premise behind this. In a lot of cases, they think that these famous people need their money. Okay, so the key question that Drew just asked her: why would this famous man, who is obviously making money, right? He's got a hit show that's on Netflix. It's multiple seasons. Why does he need your money when you are just a regular person? This is the question that I would ask if, let's just say, I don't know, Lupita Nyong'o was to reach out to me and say, hey, native, I need $10,000 from you. Okay. The red flags are going to go off. All right. And I'm going to say, are you really Lupita? Because God dug it, you should still be living off your 12 years of slave check. Okay. I'm just saying, where's your Black Panther check right now? I'm just saying. So, but the bells don't go off for these people. But that's the general premise behind all of these.
On today's episode, we speak to Michaela about her online relationship with the actor Dacre Montgomery, aka Billy from Stranger Things. The two met on a forum over a year ago, but have never met in person. She is now having doubts about everything after funding Dacre's life for over a year. Dacre claimed he needed money until he...
I'm sorry. I had to read this. Texas Toy said... Texas Toy said Native gonna block his own blessings. Well, then so be it, damn it. I ain't giving $10,000 to nobody, all right? I ain't giving $10,000 to nobody. If it ain't my mama, all right, Texas Toy, then I guess my blessings just gonna be blocked. The woman he chose is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Candy Girl is also here, all right? Thank you, Texas Toy, for reminding me that I'm gonna block my blessings, okay?
He broke up with his girlfriend, and this was the only way he would be able to finally leave her to be with Michaela. Let's jump into it and see if we can help her out. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name is Kayla. Hi, Social Catfish. I'm an artist. I work in film and I do a lot of editing. I do a lot of production and stuff like that. I also act as a hobby, so that's pretty fun. So I'm on both sides of the camera there. I am a single mom from Kentucky. I have a daughter who's about to turn 7. I have been a single parent pretty much since she's been born. I'm separated from my husband. He's estranged, I guess you could put it that way. He lives over 500 miles away. We separated because he was very toxic.
Michaela has always been an artistic person. During her marriage, she felt her husband was limiting her creativity, so she decided to express her art online.
It was on a forum. It was on an artist forum.
She joined a forum where she could meet other creative people, and that's when it all began.
Anyone who has anything to do with art could be in it. This guy messaged me. He was under a different username. Me and him get to kind of talking, and then he admits that he is an actor, like a well-known actor.
All right. Does anybody see a problem so far? Right? Does anybody see a problem? I joined a group on Reddit. Okay. I joined the group on Reddit. I'm in the group. It's artists, and we're all artists and we're all creators. Now, let me tell y'all something. Being a creative person, a lot of times it is so difficult to find other creative people to collab with, right? Because everybody's level of creativity might not be the same as yours. Some might be higher, a lot of people are lower, right? So it's hard to find people. So I get the need to be in a group such as this, right? I'm in a couple writing groups on Facebook myself, okay? So I get it, right? But when people start approaching you and start telling you that they're in a group like this, but they're actually accomplished actors, right? Why would an accomplished actor feel the need to be in a group like this when they've already reached a certain level of notoriety? That's the first red flag for me anyway. So I'm just saying, let's listen.
And of course, here I am thinking, oh, well, he's going to say he's Johnny Depp or something. He tells me that he's Dacre Montgomery. That's like one of my favorite actors. And me and him just really hit it off. But of course, I'm suspicious from the get-go until he starts doing things that make me believe that he is who he is.
Upon receiving an email from Michaela, we arranged a call with her to delve deeper into the matter and gather additional information. We approached this interview like any other case.
Hold on, let me address this, Ms. Lady. Let me address this before we get into this story. Ms. Lady says, is it me or does it seem like these people who are catfish look a certain way, not trying to be judgmental? All I will say, Ms. Lady, is that no, it's not you. Okay? It's not you. All right? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna be judgmental either. Okay? But no, it's not just you. That's right, Legacy Moon. It's not. Miss Lady sees a pattern. Okay? She sees the pattern.
Our primary objective was to understand the underlying reason driving Michaela to think that this was the real Dacre.
I am obsessed with Stranger Things. Billy is just this bully. He kind of comes in, tries to dominate, which is totally unlike his actual personality.
What's the reason that you guys aren't able to meet face to face?
Well, see, okay, that's one thing that we actually bonded over. And basically through the relationship, he was venting to me after a few months about his partner, saying she's very controlling of him. he doesn't get to do the things he wants to do. You know, she's always there. She's always got to supervise. And I kind of empathize with that because my ex-husband was that way. At about a year after we kind of admitted feelings for each other, he said, you know, there's nothing like, you know, the feeling of love when it's reciprocated. And I said, what? And he said, I'm indirectly asking you out. And I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of stupid about this. I was like, what do you mean asking me out? And he said, I want you to be my girlfriend. And he was just like, but you got to keep it quiet. He said, because, you know, I'm still with Liv. And he was like, but I'm not technically with her. He said they had broken up.
Did he ever post anything that they were broken up at that time, or?
There were things I noticed. Basically, at the time that he said that they had broken up, he said they've been broken up for about 6 months. When I went back into his past history, like on his Instagram and things, the romantic sort of, you know, flirty messages that they would send to each other, like, you know, post about each other, had stopped within that time period. They weren't doing Valentine's Day posts. They weren't doing birthday posts. He wasn't posting about her. She wasn't posting about him. The only thing that I have seen in the last 2 years of those two posting about each other recently was a thing where she was posting about their 5-year anniversary.
A year of not talking to somebody on the phone is very long time, Michaela.
That is one thing that was a huge red flag to me, but at the same time, I kind of understood because he said where she was so controlling of him and he couldn't get away from her, like she's glued at his hip. He wasn't able to call. He wasn't able to, you know, video chat and stuff.
Look at her response to this. No, I understand, love. It's okay. I feel like when you can make anything make sense, right? So, you know, we talk about Sonya and Nesta, and we talk about how can Sonya be so stupid. We talk about how anybody around Nesta could be so stupid. Let me tell you something. When you want something to be true, you can make it be true. Okay. This lady wants, you know, she's already admitted that she is in love with this show. She's in love with this character. She's in love with this actor. So to make this whole thing make sense to her, the fact that they can't talk on the phone because his current girlfriend that he's quote unquote stuck with is always around, she's going to make that make sense. Right? Real said the one red flag. Girl, what's wrong with you? Look, I'm not of that patient variety, right? I'm like, if you want to be with me, then you want to be with me, period. You know what I'm saying? Like we got things to do. But I ain't got time to be sitting around trying to figure out you and your ex-boyfriend and y'all trying to figure out what we ain't doing none of that. You know, I ain't got time for all that. So, but again, she's of a different mind frame. She's viewing this from the scope of this is something that I want to be true. This is something that I want to happen. So, because this shit don't make no sense. All right. Just so y'all know. Okay. This shit don't make no sense. Right, GC?
Stuff like that.
After communicating with him for months, Michaela had to make a choice. It was either her husband or Dacre. He told her this was the only way they could truly be together.
Because he gave me the ultimatum after we had been together for a little while. He gave me an ultimatum. He said, listen, he said, it's either your husband, he said, or it's me. And I said, look, there's no competition. I said, you treat me better. So I told my ex-husband, I said, listen, I said, it's not working out. I said, you're not letting me be me. You're not letting me be free. I said, I think you need to leave. So he left. Within 2 months, he was gone. You know,
2 months, I would have been gone within the hour. Within the hour that you picking fictional actor Stranger Things guy over me, I'm actually in the same residence, right? You talk to me every day. You picking dude that you ain't never talked to on the phone, never met in person, and don't even know if it's the real nigga. You picking him over me? Oh no, it ain't gonna take me 2 months. I'm gonna be out within the hour. I'm gonna be, if you tell me at 12:05 by one, I'm gone. I'm out. I done packed up everything. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be some Superman, Herculean shit, but I'm getting the fuck out of there. It ain't gonna take me no damn 2 months to get away from your stupid ass. Oh hell no, hell no. I'm just saying. Lily, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. She's an introvert. Is also in the house. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Texas Toy said if Dacre ends up being the ex-husband trying to find a reason to leave her, I get it. Yes, Ms. Mad About Music. Never talked on the phone, never met in person, but this fictional person is giving her an ultimatum to leave her real life husband. Ain't this some shit? Let's listen. Let's listen. And then had the nerve to say, you treat me better than my husband. You don't even know this nigga. But anyway, all right. This message says, I broke up with my husband. How you break up with somebody you married to? I don't know. Whatever. Fuck. I don't know.
His husband is out of the house. I said, I'm separated from him. I said, there's no one here except for me and, my daughter, Rain. I said, it's just us. I said, now it's your turn. I was like, if you're going to be with me, I said, you have to make efforts. I said, even if those efforts are just getting, your own stuff away from her.
Dacre had agreed to leave his girlfriend to be with Michaela, but we wanted to know what exactly was making her think that this whole thing was real.
Now, again, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm really not, all right? But I want you, now we've seen Michaela, right? Now look at this couple on your screen right now, all right? Look at this couple on your screen right now. And tell me which couple would make sense. Dacre and this woman that you see him with right here, or Dacre and Michaela. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Michaela, okay, Ms. Lady, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying which couple makes the most sense, all right? And just looking at these two people on the screen, all right, look, that they look like they're more, I don't know, compatible, okay? I'm just saying, she's a nice looking lady. He's a decent looking guy. They're together. They're established. They're at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, right? I'm just saying, this makes sense. Kentucky Michaela, who just left her husband and has these kids that this man ain't never met before, all of a sudden, she's going to replace this woman on the screen. That's what's supposed to make sense, right? That's what's supposed to make sense. Okay. All right. GC said I'll be gone at 12:06. You can't just give me an ultimatum on some bullshit. That just shows me I was in the wrong situation to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Kia Elder says a lot of women out here have low self-esteem. They are happy with having some kind of man. I hate it for them, especially if they have children. Kia Elder, she had a whole husband. She's not even out here like these women that are single with low self-esteem and trying to find a man. No, she had a husband that she manufactured some drama in order to get rid of him so that she could have a chance at Mr. Dacre Montgomery. Somebody that ain't even Dacre Montgomery. He probably in Nigeria. Y'all know how these things always end, okay? So we're not even talking about a fully single woman. This woman had a husband. Now, how their marriage worked or didn't work or whatever, I don't know. She gave us some details that kind of sound a little vague, all right? He wouldn't let her be her, whatever that means. I don't know. Could they have worked it out? Possibly. Could they have not worked it out? That's also a possibility. But the idea that she gave this man an ultimatum because this fictional person told her to is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hello, One Pepsi. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Shady said he's very attractive. His eye contact is mesmerizing. Okay. All right, Shady. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and play this. I don't want you to get too mesmerized, okay? All right, because next thing you know, he's gonna be coming after you for $10,000. All right.
Real.
When Stranger Things season 4 came out, the day before it came out, he texted me and he said, hey, you need to watch episode 4. And he said, if you don't watch anything else, watch episode 4. And when it came out the next day, and he showed up in that episode. And I was like, well, who else would know that? And he would send me poems, which I am a poem reader. I've actually got his book here. And the poems that he was sending me are things that would go along with things like what his style of writing. And so that's another thing that kind of confused me.
Why does this famous guy need money from you, Michaela?
See, I wondered that too. And then he explained it. He said, well, he said, if I try to use my bank account, she's over it. He said, it's, joint. He said, so she keeps all the stuff. And he said, so I would have to ask her all the time. And I understood that point too, because my ex was very controlling over our money. Well, then it kind of went on for a few weeks. And then all of a sudden he came back. He said, hey, he said, would I be able to ask you to help me here and there if I decided to, separate from her? And I said, well, I can't help much. I said, but I can help a little bit here and there. Before I knew it, it was turning into $100 and $200 gift cards. But the thing is, when I tallied it all up, it was $10,000-ish.
Dacre promised Michaela he would pay all of the money she sent to him. He wanted to disconnect from his girlfriend, Liv, and claimed he needed to open up another bank account without her knowing.
I'm choosing fictional, Baby C. I'm very good with words. I'm choosing fictional. Okay, thank you, though. Appreciate you, Baby C.
Until the relationship completely ended. Michaela was essentially funding Dacre's lifestyle for a year. He would even send her money in the form of gift cards and checks.
Basically, he would get the gift cards like how I used to do. Like, I would get gifted gift cards and stuff all the time, and I would sell them for less than what they were worth. And I would, pocket the money. Well, that's kind of what he was doing. He said that he was going to start doing that so he could have a little bit of money for himself, like some pocket change. And he would, give them, and he would get money from them, and then he would pocket them. Like if it was like a $200 gift card, he'd sell it for like $100, and then he would have $100 in his pocket. And when I done that, he wouldn't ask for money for another little while. So I was like, okay, if this is working, it's working for him, we'll just keep on doing that.
Michaela would deposit everything into her bank account and send it to Dacre through Bitcoin.
And now you understand why I had to contact you guys, because I'm like, it's not the typical scam.
Okay.
It's unique.
I mean, there's a lot of red flags here. It doesn't look the best. I'm going to be honest.
And that 1% is still that hopeless romantic that's just holding on to maybe this is the gentle guy I've been looking for, and maybe he is real. Maybe he will, return and be like a knight in shining armor,
We'll look into things for you, Michaela, and we'll get back to you, okay?
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
Let me tell y'all a job I could not have, okay? Let me tell y'all a job that I could not have. A job that I could not have. Well, there's actually a couple of them, but this is one. Is working for Catfish, okay? All right? It's working for Catfish. I could not keep a straight face. I could not keep a straight face, okay? Doing this. And they're very good at what they do. All right. They're very good at what they do. As you can see, none of this shit makes sense to them, just like it don't make sense to us. But what did they do? They didn't say, look, dumbass, this ain't Dacre Montgomery. No, because that's what Native would have done. See, that's not what Drew and the rest of the crew do. What they do is they say, look, Michaela, we're going to take this serious and we're going to look into this for you just to make sure. Now, it doesn't look good, but we're going to make sure for you. We're going to look at this for you, okay? All right? And we're going to see if this is the real Dacre Montgomery. All right? And not some fictional man, okay? Bevy, see, that was for you. Not some fictional person that just came from out of nowhere, okay? Imaginary friend that caused you to give your husband an ultimatum, or gave you an ultimatum to leave your husband so that y'all could go live this imaginary life together, okay? All right? I couldn't do Catfish. I couldn't do it. Okay? I'm just saying. My patience ain't built like that. You know what I mean? Miss Boogie Down says, yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? It is absolutely ridiculous. Miss Lady said, "Oh, me neither, Native. I would try to be tactful, but I would be saying things like, girl, open your damn eyes." Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Miss Lady. They, but they take all their cases serious though. So shout out to the catfish people, because I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I am unique says, let me see if I can be Halle Berry and get me some extra cash. Now, I am unique. Let me explain this to you, okay? Now, I know you might be saying that in jest, okay? But let me just tell you that all you need to do is get you a Halle_Berry account on some social media and get you some Halle Berry pictures, all right? You at this point could probably do some Halle Berry AI, right? And somebody gonna fall for it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody is going to fall for it. I am unique. I promise they will. Okay? I promise. I promise they will. People out here want to believe, especially in this age that we're living in right now in 2025. Scams are going to be a lot easier when you have people that are losing benefits, people that are on their last leg, people that are in desperate need. It's desperation that causes people to fall for scams. If you think about it, if you're desperate enough and somebody comes to you and they present something that you desire, if you are desperate enough, you can make that thing become believable. You can make it into a thing. Your thoughts become things in that way, right? I need a job. I'm praying for a job, and here comes a job scam, right? Give us $100 and we can get your name into databases and get you a job. Give me $50 and I can get you $200 worth of food stamps. People losing their SNAP benefits, right? All these things that come across your inbox, all these things that people say to you in Facebook and send you messages in your DM, they become real the more desperate that you are. So if you love Stranger Things and you love this actor and this actor is who you desire, you can make that thing make sense in your head. This actor that I love is in a relationship with somebody who is controlling his bank account. So therefore, when he asked me to send money and put it in Bitcoin, that makes sense to me. Desperation is so bad for people. Desperation causes people to make bad mistakes, right? I hearken back to our friend that answered the phone on Tuesday night, Sonia Waller Durham Jackson III. She's so desperate for a man, she wants Nesto to be innocent. She's willing to ignore all the evidence, all the witnesses, everything that's come out about this man, including his past record. She's willing to ignore all of that because she's desperate for a relationship, right? So we see it across the board, right? And that's what I love about doing these scam fishes, is because it does expose how being desperate can cloud your common sense. Real says, I just want you guys to know I'm the real. Thank you, Real. Thank you. Lily says red flags are gift cards and Bitcoin. Correct. My. Let's listen though.
The next day, our team got together to go over all of Michaela's information.
All right, so guys, this is Michaela. I know you guys had a chance to speak with her and look into her info. Any highlights?
I think one of the most compelling parts of this case and what made her believe that she was really talking to Dacre was the fact that he had details on Stranger Things season 4.
I think one thing we see like a lot with this and the Johnny Depp cases, I mean, it follows like a lot of the signs of romance scams. They're just trying to target younger people. So they're using celebrities, they isolate them. In her case, she had this marriage where, like, I think that, it was already in a situation where somebody could intervene because she had allowed it. But, this person gets involved, isolates her from her spouse, then, falls in love with her really quickly. We saw a lot of the conversations. They were very surface level types of conversations. So things already weren't going that well beforehand.
So how do we move forward with this? I know Michaela is eagerly waiting our answers.
Virginia and Bree started to dig into all of Michaela's information and hopefully get some clarity and some answers on Dacre.
So for Michaela's case, there's a lot of missing information, but we were able to get access to some of her chats.
Okay, so what are we thinking?
There's this one chat in particular where he was telling her about his day and that he made lasagna. I don't know if he actually made it or not, so we can definitely...
Why not? Does it look too delicious?
It looks too good. It looks way too good.
I gotta see this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you see that? A picture of the lasagna? It looks good, huh?
It does look pretty good. I'm thinking I can just run a reverse image search and see what we come up with.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Reverse lasagna search?
Love it.
Put that on the shirt.
Lasagna. Oh my gosh.
Martha Stewart lasagna.
That exact photo.
What do you know?
Wait, you took it from Martha Stewart?
Yeah.
Martha Stewart.
Martha
the
Stewart
Martha
recipe.
Stewart. The exact.
Ain't that some shit? This motherfucker, this motherfucker took a picture of Martha Stewart lasagna and sent it to her and said he made it. That by itself, I ain't gonna lie, Justin's mom, that by itself is enough. Don't you think? Because why are you lying about food that you cooked? Don't you think that by itself is enough to say, fuck this shit? Like, if I'm the catfish people, I'm like, look, he sent you a picture of Martha Stewart lasagna and presented it as if it was his own lasagna. Okay? To me, Miss Boogie Down, tell me if you agree that is enough to say that this nigga is a fraud. I'm just saying. That's not the real Dacre Montgomery. Because why would Dacre Montgomery take a picture of Martha Stewart lasagna and send it to you like he made it? Hey, Ducky Dexter, how are you? I'm just saying, Bevy C. Would you not agree that is enough evidence on its own? Huh? That the fake lasagna, look, because if I was in this position, right? If you came up to me and you said, you know what, Native, that girl you talking to ain't real, and I'm like, what you talking about? She ain't real. She made this picture of these lobster tails. Look at these lobster tails. These lobster tails look amazing, right? And then you said, this came from the Whole Foods website, these lobster tails. Hell, that's enough. I'm moving on. I am moving on. Okay. One Pepsi, am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? Real said, yes, I don't play that line about food. Right. My God. Justin's mom said, and her excuse about lasagna would be, look, he's trying to impress me. How cute. What the fuck? Yeah, you ain't lying. That is something that Michaela would say. But let's listen. That's just me, y'all. I'm just saying, don't fuck with me with no food. I'm just saying.
Regard. Did she send over anything else we could look into?
There's this picture of a check that I think that it's worth digging into.
Okay, let's see.
So this is the check that he sent her. And what's interesting is that it's a check made from her to her.
From Michaela to Michaela. Oh. All right, we gotta run a search on this. I'm just gonna go to socialcatfish.com and drop a picture of the check and see if something comes up for the signature. All right. 354 matches found.
Whoa.
So it turned out to be fake?
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
You know, actually, that wasn't the most compelling factor for Michaela. The reason she truly believes she's talking to Dacre is the fact that he leaked the season 4, episode 4 title to her just the day before it dropped. Is there any way we can look into that?
I think we can.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Check this out. Stranger Things announces season 4 episode titles in new video. That was published November 2021. But he told her about it in May of 2022.
So he could have
easily found this and manipulated it and made it look like he knew some insider information when this is public information. It got leaked. Months before.
Stick around until the end. We'll go over everything that we found to Michaela.
So why would he send you a fake check, though, with a fake signature?
I have no idea.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment.
He said, why would he send you a fake check with a fake signature? And she said, I have no idea. Maybe, I don't know, y'all. Maybe it's because he's fake. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look, Caramel Nidra says, playing with my food is like playing with my emotions. Thank you. Thank you. I'm out here putting food out here, making me think that you know how to cook like Martha Stewart, right? And you don't know how to cook like Martha Stewart. Don't come out here making me think that you can make Snicker bars when you can't really make Snicker bars. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? X2 Complicated says she is working in the bushes. Thank you so much for being here, even though you are in the bushes, all right? Legally says she has no idea why he would send a fake check with a fake signature. Because he fake. You see what I'm saying? That's right, Becky Dexter, because he's fake. You're right. I mean, oh my.
And subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
It was now time to sit down with Michaela and go over everything that we found.
Our team looked at every piece of information you sent over. We have answers today, and we have a conclusion.
Well, in a perfect world, it would be true, and maybe it would convince, the powers be to get help.
I want to first start off with some facts on Dacre. So he makes around $150,000 per episode of Stranger Things, and they do about 8 episodes every season.
Let that sink in. Now, I'm not the best at math, okay? I tell y'all that all the time. But let that sink in that this man makes $150,000 per episode at 8 episodes a season. This man got money. This man got money, okay? I'm just saying. He's not the highest paid actor, all right? As you can see, there are people on the show that are making a lot more than him. Natalia Dyer, I don't know who the hell that is. She's making $250,000. Charlie Heaton is making $250,000. Okay, but even at the bottom of the list of people, right? This man is still making money. He does not need her money. Her Kentucky ass money is no good to him. All right. So yes, red flags. Yes, this shit don't make no god doggone sense. Beautifully Made 17 said that sound like Big Worm Friday. Don't play with my money, Smokey. You play with my money, it's like playing with my emotions. That's right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, real 1,200,000. All right, in a year. All right. A lot of people don't see that kind of money in a lifetime. He's seeing it every year. Okay. Ms. Lady said 1.2 million before taxes. He don't need her money. This shit is stupid. Okay.
When you do the math on that, I mean, he's not hurting for money.
But what his excuse was, we have a joint account, and every time I try to make a purchase, she tries to take it back, and which I ran into that problem with my ex. So I kind of understood that. That's why I'm not going to immediately dismiss it. But at the same time, it was fishy.
You kind of don't have the same money as this nigga. Okay, whatever, man. All right, whatever.
Well, speaking of the relationship, we want to go over his relationship with Liv. We found that they've been together since 2017.
He told me that they broke up somewhere around 2020, I think.
Okay.
Like mid 2020, somewhere in there. And he also told me she was supposed to be moving to his apartment January of the following year, 2021, and he did not. So that was the first red flag, major red flag.
Okay.
Especially I seen that they had posted, well, I can't remember who had posted. I think it was one of their friends had posted a photo of in their new house in LA. And when I confronted him about it, he was like, oh, well, you know, pretend and we have to make 9 million people or whatever think that we're together or else someone's going to know something's wrong. And then that's going to look bad on me. So
When you compare the timelines in which he was saying those things to you, the internet says a completely different story. You know, we found articles all over the internet, them on the news, them in interviews, that shows that they have a healthy relationship.
We weren't able to find any evidence that Dacre's relationship with his girlfriend Liv was toxic in any way. It was true that Dacre and Liv do take long breaks of posting each other on social media. But this was just another way the scammer was able to manipulate Michaela into believing their relationship was rocky.
So we do want to dive into some of the searches that we ran. Can you tell me more about what the backstory on the check is?
okay, so he had been paid apparently for, and he had his accountant send some money and a check, and he said, "Can you get it cashed for me?" And I said, "Well, I have to cash it. You know, it's not my check." And he said, "Well, if it gets put into his account," and he is like, "and then I take it out, could you cash it before she would have time to stop it?" And I was like, "Well, I guess." I was like, I don't know what to do with it, you know? So I did it. I bank account and I deposited the check. I said that I got paid for something. And so I gave it to them and then they ran it. And then of course I said, keep it. I said, I want my account frozen until that check clears. And it didn't clear, of course.
When we ran the signature at the bottom right-hand corner of the check, we got some hits on that signature.
When we ran a reverse image search on this check, we found hundreds of fraudulent checks all over the internet with this same exact signature. The scammer just photoshopped the signature into the check and sent it to Michaela.
When these scammers create a fake check, they'll use this specific signature a lot.
Yeah, I figured that.
So why would he send you a fake check though with a fake signature?
I have no idea. That was one of the first things to throw up a red flag for me.
So
how many red flags? Let me tell y'all something else these people do when they get on this catfish show, right? They fall for all the shit, right? They believe all the shit. They believe all of it. But then when they get in front of the catfish people, then they say, oh, yeah, that was a red flag. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you know, that was suspicious to me. Yeah, wait, no, that didn't make sense to me. And they're trying to save face because they know how stupid they look at this moment, right? Because think about it, y'all. Think about it, Lily. How many times so far have we heard her say, that was a major red flag? That was a red flag. That was a red flag. Well, how many damn red flags did you need in order to not send this person your money? In order to not send this person $10,000? How many red flags are you looking for? Mixtures Monica said 99 red flags, but okay, you know, like just keep sending red flags. She said this how many times about she knows that that these were red flags. You know what I'm saying? Ms. Lady said no critical thinking skills. Absolutely not. You know, I'm just saying, Val, it's crazy to me that she's sitting here admitting to red flags, but yet still needing to reach out to Catfish to see if this is the real Dacre Montgomery, who I've never heard of before this episode. I don't follow a lot of these people, y'all. So I didn't know who the hell this man was. But apparently she did, and she fell for all this shit. This shit is crazy. This shit is absolutely insane. Okay. Real said this many red flags. Okay. I'm just saying that they have a hard time. They're trying to save face when they get in front of the catfish people.
We also looked into some of the chat conversations you sent us. One of the main things that stood out to us from those chats is the picture of the lasagna he sent you. Michaela, he didn't make this lasagna. We actually found it in Martha Stewart's cookbook. This image is all over the internet, and this recipe is actually pretty popular.
So that's where it came from. I was about to say, I was like, that does not look like it. Kind of looks like it, but at the same time, I'm like, fishy.
Yeah, so basically, he went on to Martha Stewart's internet cookbook, screenshotted this photo, and when you asked him a question, he said he was too busy because he was working on this or making this lasagna. And all he did was just steal that from there and then send it to you.
I knew that whoever it was, either they were pretty good at cooking or they got it from somewhere and I did nowhere. So I already kind of figured that one too.
Due to the fact that this guy sent you so many things that are from so many different places all over the internet, we come to the conclusion that you're speaking to what's called a romance scammer. He's done research on you. He's looked at your backstage profile, your Facebook, and he's basically morphing himself into this person that you want him to be, and also attaching Dacre Montgomery's photos to that profile.
Scammers spend hours and days researching an individual before attempting to extract any money from them. Their objective is to identify the target's vulnerabilities. They spend days delving into every aspect of their lives. The purpose of their research is to establish a connection with their victims. They'll exploit sensitive situations such as the aftermath of a divorce or the loss of a friend or a family member. It's a strategy that scammers have been using for years.
Okay. I hadn't told him anything about my toxic ex-husband, and he just kind of vented me about that, about him and his girlfriend's issues or whatever. So I kind of sympathized with that. And when he told me that, I was like, well, that's kind of like how me and are like around people. Like, I didn't tell him that, but I said, I was just thinking around people, we act like we're the perfect family. Like, we've got, the kid, we've got the apartment together, we've got her together, we've got all this, picket fence kind of, looking family. You close the door, it's nothing, it's everything but. It's literally like, it's toxic, it's narcissism, it's just everything bad. So I was like, I kind of understand that from that angle. But again, he didn't even know that at first. That's why I was like, I'll kind of keep this as my ace in my pocket. But I kind of understood that angle because I was coming from a spot like that. It's something that I can't really describe. It's like someone would just have to feel it to understand it.
This scammer targeted all of Michaela's vulnerabilities, tapping into her desire for creative, attractive, and attentive companion. The deception reached a deeper level when he shared his own struggle with his toxic relationship. Not to mention, he was her favorite actor on her favorite TV show.
So I've watched a lot of y'all's Scamfish episodes, and all the comments, there's so many comments saying, how could these people fall in love with these total strangers and send them money and blah, blah, blah. In my case, I'm just like, I just hope that it goes to help somebody. But as far as how can you fall in love with these people, I'm just like, love makes you do crazy, stupid, irrational things.
And that's true. Okay? That is true. But common sense is what wheels us back in, right? Love makes us do crazy things, right? But see, common sense is the reason why I'm not with my ex right now. Okay? Common sense kicks in at some point. You have to protect yourself, right? Love will make you send flowers in the middle of the day, right? Love will make you send candy and write poems to somebody that you care about, right? Love will make you vulnerable, right? But at some point, Discernment and common sense have to work together with that love. Because if the love is not making sense, if the love is costing you, if the love is hurting you, if the love is making you feel bad about yourself, you can't blame that on love alone. And that's what a lot of these people have a tendency to do. Well, see, love makes you do some crazy things. Yeah, it does. It does. I'm a witness. I'm guilty of that, right? I have done some crazy things for love. But guess what? At some point, my brain had to override my heart. And that's what happens with a lot of these scam fish people, is that they lead with their heart. And leading with their heart has led them into some places that they don't belong, with some people that mean them no good, right? Ms. Lady said, not my hard-earned money. That's right. That's right. And Ducky Dexter says, not when it comes to my money. So see, her whole justification for this whole shit that she fell for is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. She's an introvert, says, but how do you fall in love with someone you don't know, haven't met in person, just online? And that's the other thing. She's an introvert. Love makes you do some crazy things, but to me, it is crazy to be in love with somebody that you have never talked to on the phone, been in the same room with. You don't know what they smell like. You don't know what they like to eat, because obviously this motherfucker likes to cut and paste pictures of food. You don't know what they smile like. You don't know what makes them laugh. You don't know what makes them cry. You don't know what makes them angry. You don't know the details. Because see, what are you falling in love with? See, her whole explanation in explaining her actions makes no sense, because what exactly are you falling in love with? You're falling in love with pictures and words. You're falling in love with pictures and words. We're talking about books now, because that's what books are, right? Books are pictures and words. Books don't breathe, right? You're not falling in love with a living, breathing person. You're falling in love with an idea. And that by itself is unacceptable. Hello, LaDonna. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Mixtures Monica says, falling in love with words and pictures, so crazy. Right. Right. Exactly. The woman he chose said it all comes down to low self-esteem, loneliness, and maybe an unhealthy mental state. Very true. Very true. Miss Piggy Braxton says, after 33 years, love has never made me pump my own gas, clean bathrooms, or buy a man's shoes, let alone cash checks or give cash. Piggy, don't play that. Okay, I ain't mad at it. Let's wrap this one up, y'all.
I promise. And trauma does one heck of a thing to a person. So instead of judging that person on why they done that to a total stranger that they had never met, maybe, just kind of look and see if that person's ever been traumatized by something. Because if you're someone like me, you're afraid of abandonment, and you're a real big people pleaser, and you're very codependent. So it's like, maybe these people have these problems, and these scammers, they just kind of come in and they leech off that.
And now, okay, to be fair, she's right. But here's what I would tell Michaela in response to what she just said. Before you go, if you know you've been traumatized, before you go and try to get into another relationship with a person that you've never met, get help for your trauma. Heal the trauma first, right? Because right now, the excuse that she's making, and I feel like it is an excuse, the excuse that she is making is that, well, maybe these people on these scam fishes have trauma, and I don't disagree. However, it is your responsibility to heal your trauma before you go and jump into another relationship. And that's whether you're with a fictional person or or a real life person that's in your life, right? A real person that is in your life, that you met at the gas station, that you met at the Kroger, that you met at the Fred Meyer's, that you met at the Jewel Osco. Wherever you shop at, you ran into this person and they seem like a good person, but you got trauma in your life. You got trauma that you're dealing with. In order for that relationship with that said person to be healthy, you got to heal the trauma first. And that's the part that she's leaving out of this whole thing. See, when we watch these scam fishes, we are watching people that are lonely, that do have certain mental states, that are in a certain position where their heart is desiring love. But see, that trauma has to be healed first before you can be with another person, fictional or not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's a dopamine fix every time you wake up, every time you go to bed, several hours a day. It's a fix. It's a hit. Honestly, I think you guys are great. You've been fantastic to talk to. It seems like you guys actually do your research, which is great, because I sure couldn't do it. Like the lasagna photo, I could not have found that. I wouldn't have even thought to look into Martha Stewart cookbook. But I think that the team's been great. You guys have been great to just talk to and work with, and very professional, very thorough. And I don't know, I can't say much more that hasn't already been said. I mean, you guys have done everything, and I'm very appreciative of it, because now it's like, there's no longer any sort of wiggle room anywhere.
Well, Michaela, we appreciate you so much. We really enjoyed, talking to you and helping you through this whole thing. We hope that you just stay safe online. Remember, anytime anybody asks you for money, it's 10 times out of 10, it's a scam. So just try to stay safe, okay?
Will do.
All right. So that was Michaela. All right. That was Michaela. Now, again, the theme for today, as you all know, we always end up talking about people that are older falling for these scams, right? So I thought, again, that it would be kind of cool. Okay. It would be kind of cool if we looked at some of these scam fishes that involve younger people. Okay. Now, as you can see, Michaela was not an old person, right? Michaela was not elderly at all, right? She was a very youthful person. Okay. This next scam fish that we are going to get into, this person is 23, I believe. Okay. 23-year-old. So let me go ahead and get rid of this one. And okay. And let's get into this young guy. He's a young guy. All right. He's a young guy. Shady. Try not to be mesmerized by this young guy. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Look, Mixtures Monica, thank you so much for the super chat. Mixtures Monica says, no shade intended. Do you think some of these people who fall for romance catfishing scams are on the autism spectrum, missing social cues? No, I don't. I mean, is it possible that some of them are? Sure. Do I think that's the case that we just watched? No. I really do think that a lot of times it just comes from people that have a lack of discernment. There are people that are just out here, like I said, willing to believe whatever they can because, if I look at Michaela specifically and what we just watched, like I said, being a creative person, I get the need to reach out to other creatives to do things or to bounce ideas off of, because a lot of times creative people are, we're different and we have a lot of ideas and we do a lot of things. And a lot of people, if you're in an atmosphere of people, which I grew up in an atmosphere of people that weren't creative, right? And it was hard for them to comprehend some of the stuff that I used to come up with, right? They'd be like, you crazy or whatever. So her being in a situation like that, and then to have someone who you admire in a creative space, right? Somebody that does this every day reach out to you and say that they want to be involved with you romantically. So now you're waking up and going to sleep every day with another creative that's creating on another level, right? They're an established actor. I think that she just wanted it to be true, Mixtures Monica. I do. Is it possible that some of these people are on the spectrum? Sure. But I don't think that that's the case in a lot of these cases, but and especially not in the one we're about to watch now. Okay, but thank you for the super chat, Mixtures Monica. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Pretty GC says, I think she will fall for it again. Probably so. Miss Piggy Braxton says she should have creatively looked somewhere else for love and connections. Miss Piggy Braxton, she had a whole husband. She was already married, okay? She got rid of husband for this guy who is probably a Nigerian. I'm surprised they didn't look to see where this dude was located at. But it's probably somebody in Nigeria, Miss Piggy Braxton, but she was already married. Yeah, she got rid of said guy. Okay. All right, she did. Real says it's not playing the fool, it's staying a fool. Yep, there is that. There is that. All right, so Catfish episode number 2. 23-year-old travels. Let me see. Hold on. 23-year-old travels how many miles? 2,650 miles. All right, in order to meet his catfish love interest. Let's watch.
She said that she loved me.
Is this 23-year-old's online girlfriend telling him the truth? Or is their relationship full of lies?
Beautiful woman that I thought that I could commit to and have a serious relationship.
After 2 years and $10,000, Malachi and Mary still haven't met.
She hit me with this, anything you pay me, I'll pay you back. And
hold on, Mixtures Monica, wait. Mixtures Monica said, wait a damn minute. She was married? I missed the beginning. Wow. Yes, she had a whole husband, right? She meets the fake Daker. The fake Daker says, well, you got to get rid of your husband in order for this to work. She tells the husband, we ain't working out. I need you to get out. And the husband leaves 2 months later. And then she continues to go on with the fake relationship with the fake Daker. That's the part you missed, Mixtures Monica. Yes, she was married and got rid of her husband to pursue this scammer. That's why I ain't got no sympathy for this heifer. None. Okay? None. She could have just left it alone, but she decided that she wanted to go with the fakeness. Okay? That's what happened. Yes. Yes, that is that is what happened. Okay, so now let's move on to this guy who is falling for this faker right here.
I have the proof for it. A Bank of America account.
Hello, your account balance is $45 million.
He even drove from North Carolina to her address in California, but she couldn't come outside to meet him.
I'm literally outside. You think I'm kidding or playing with you, bro?
Well, that just makes me think me and you need to hit the road and go knock on some doors.
He drove from North Carolina to California. When he gets to California, at the address that he was given, she won't come outside. He's 23, okay? All right? He's 23, all right? I'm just saying. He went from, y'all, let me tell y'all something. When I drive from Atlanta to Pensacola, I promise y'all, by the time I get to Pensacola, I'm like, this little 4 hours, 4.5 hours feel like it's been forever, right? I mean, it's not, but that's just how it feels. You know what I mean? This dude drove, and I wish I would drive all the way to Pensacola and my mama don't answer the door, okay? Well, I know how to get in the house, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Can you imagine being in a car from North Carolina? Where my North Carolina people at? All right. From North Carolina all the way to California. And when you get there, the person don't answer the damn door. I'm just saying. Yes, Mixtures Monica. He did. Wow.
Join us as we hit the road to knock on Mary's door ourselves and try to find Malachi some answers.
Oh,
this is your apartment.
You're 207?
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
All right, so
Speaking of new audiences, listen, y'all, if y'all like the video, please hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you like the video enough to share with your friends, I've had conversations off of YouTube with people who have been in scam relationships, who know people who have been in scam relationships. Look, y'all, I know we having a good time with this, but share this out, okay? Share this with your friends, share this with your family. Let them know that these scams are real, all right? I was talking to somebody that was telling me about a friend of theirs that was going through something very similar, all right? And I told them, come watch this or share this video out. It's very important. We have fun with it, we laugh at it, but at the same time, people are losing lots and lots of money, all right, because they're not aware of this. So for awareness sake, share it out, like the video, do what you can to get the message out that scammers are coming for you, okay?
I got another case. It's from a man named Malachi. I'll read a little bit of his email. He says, hello, my name is Malachi. I need your help. For the past 2.5 years, I've been communicating with this person named Mary Williams. I'm beginning to feel like I'm being scammed. I would greatly appreciate any guidance or assistance you can provide. Thank you for your time and understanding. Sincerely, Malachi.
And he's young. He's 23. She's 23. This is one of the younger cases we've gotten.
Hello, Catfish team. I'm Malachi. I'm 23 years old, and I currently live in Van Buren, Ohio. I've been cooking ever since I was little, always in the kitchen with my moms and Nana. I do steaks, chicken, like you name it, I can do it. The imagination is the only thing that could hold you back, and I got plenty of that. My experience with the ladies so far has been decent, I could say. I've had a girlfriend in high school. We got together around my freshman year, then we departed during my senior. I know I might be young, but social media has not been my big thing. My Instagram is like brand new. Just got like random pics of me, random quotes, muscle cars.
Malachi wasn't on dating apps and hardly used social media. He wasn't looking for anyone to date, but an account on Instagram popped up and sent him a message.
I was at home whenever she reached out to me for the first time. Her name's Mary Williams. Well, she first sent, hey, how are you? Then she sent me, this is Mary. My friends call me May. Then I responded, what would you want from me? What do you need from me? I'm looking for a nice man to talk to. Haven't found anybody appealing yet. This and that. She said when we first started talking that she was 21, lives in El Monte, California, but is born and raised in San Diego. Caramel tone, curly hair, brown eyes, rose tattoo on her right arm, moon tattoo on her upper right shoulder. Spiritual, very religious, talked about family morals, values, support systems, what's needed in a relationship to thrive and prosper, you know. The things that I was attracted to was her personality, her charisma, the way that she constantly was always there for me. And I mean, not for nothing, the way she looked. When I opened up her Instagram profile for the first time, I saw 1 to 2 pictures. I asked her why exactly were there only, 1 or 2 pictures. She responded that she's new to social media and that this was her first time doing like something like this. First photo that I've ever received from her was a photo of her just chilling on a bed, looking at the camera, kissing. At first, I was a bit skeptical of the whole thing because I was like, you don't even know me, but yet you're over here wishing me a good morning. You're wanting to wish me a good night randomly. You're wanting to stay up and talk to me throughout the day.
Okay, let me just say this, okay? Just watching this guy. First of all, is it just me or do he need to comb his hair? Okay, and the second thing is I've gone through this. I think I don't know. I've never really asked, but I think like a lot of guys on social media have gone through this thing where we get a random picture of a woman that's scantily clad, that's just telling us good morning and hey king and how are you doing king, and I'm like, wait, hold on, who are you? And they never have on that many clothes, and there's always a lot of cleavage showing and all this other crazy shit, right? And I've gone through this before. And my whole thing is like, if I can't see a decent picture of you with clothes on, like if you're always like, it's cool to have some sexy pictures, right? That's fine. That's fine. But if the only pictures you're sending me are the sexy pictures, now I'm starting to think that you're trying to entice me in a way outside of just conversation, right? So you're trying to play on my male sensibilities. You want me to really look at them titties, right? You really want me to see what you're working with, right? And all that's cool. But there's a time and a place for all that, right? So as the pictures that I'm looking at, this guy looking at, and he's like, I liked her personality. Yeah, right, nigga, whatever. You know, I'm not buying that bullshit, but whatever, okay? But I get suspicious when the pictures are just too sexy, when it's always flirtatious, when it's always something with a whole bunch of cleavage showing. And I'm just kind of like, seems a little fishy to me, but he's 23 and I'm not.
Even though I have all this stuff I had going on during that time.
Malachi was skeptical of Mary's intentions of getting to know him, but despite that, the two got to know each other better and talked constantly.
Mary's hobbies consisted of hiking on the weekends, painting, doing makeup on the side, anything cosmetology related or anything outdoor related, honestly. She went to school for cosmetology, some type of institution out there in San Diego. When me and her started talking, she was in her final month of being there. She said that she likes Japanese cuisine, sushi, fast food, pizza, and like homemade things. And I told her, like, I have no problem doing any of that for you. I mean, she calls me king. She calls me daddy. I called her queen. I called her honey bun. You know, she said that she loved me Valentine's Day. And she just kind of sort of expected it back from me. So I just hit her with the 143 smiley kissy face. I planned out what we should do, where we should go. I just was going to take her out on a nice little dinner date, then get to know her more, keep her out there for a week, have a good time, go to the beach, go to the museum. You know, like I had a whole thing planned, but
everything was going great between Malachi and Mary, and the two even had plans.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Shit like this, okay? Shit like this is exactly what I'm saying. They try to get you with shit like this. Why are you sending me pictures with your tongue all out and shit? Come on now. Come on. This is just over the top to me, you know, and I'm speaking as a man who, you know, this is attractive in the right setting with the right person. After the right amount of time, this is attractive. Out the gate, this is not attractive to me. It's just not. For somebody that I've never been in the same room with to send me a picture like this, like, how do you know that you're even going to like me like this, to put your tongue out like this? You know what I'm saying? To be so suggestive like this. How you even know that it's going to work out to where we get here? You know what I mean? Like this is odd. This is odd. I love you so much with all my heart and soul. See? That's scammer language. That is absolute scammer language, right? This makes no sense. Miss Piggy Braxton says, I'm in the wrong profession. Catfishing makes way more money without any effort. See, y'all be on here getting ideas. Miss Piggy Braxton, don't you go out here and start scamming people, okay? Don't you go out here and start scamming people. Yes, indeed, the woman he chose. Come back through and watch the rest, please. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about, and this is how they send pictures. I trust me when I tell you, I think every man, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. My fellas are not in here today, but maybe my fellas can drop me a comment and let me know if you all have received such foolishness as this from somebody that you don't know. Magic City's Finest says, right, it's attractive to a 20-something male, not an older, experienced one. No, I mean, even when I was younger, I would be suspicious of certain stuff, but I don't know. This guy seems like he's not really experienced at all, even at 23. I think at 23, shit, I was, Magic City's Finest. I don't even want to tell you what I was doing when I was 23. But listen, but I think even at 23, I would have been like, man, get the fuck out of here. But definitely now, at my ripe old ass age, right? I definitely am not falling for this bullshit now.
For future dates together. But soon after, Mary needed help with multiple expenses.
After the first month, everything was good until she asked me to help her with her school bills. And that consisted of a final exam that cost $200 and whatever dollars. I asked her, how do you not have the funds to, support yourself, right?
So that dude 06, thank you so much for backing me up, says, I have received such foolishness and treated as such. Delete. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, like, my God, like, it's like, what? So you just freaky for me. Like, out of everybody in your home state, your home city, your home country, because the one person that sent me a message on Instagram, they were in Guyana, right? So you mean to tell me that you're going to pass over all these countries and all these people in Guyana to come to Atlanta because you want to be with me? Me. Okay, whatever, man. What the fuck ever. That's whatever. Find somebody else.
Now, she hit me with this, anything you pay me, I'll pay you back. And I have the proof for it. The conversation that she told me about the whole bank account was, babe, I have something very important to tell you. All you have to do not open your mouth to anybody else about this. I will pay you back everything you've ever given to me tenfold. Even put your name on this. So the random bank account number went to a Bank of America account with $45 million.
Hello, Larry. Your account balance is $45,328,323.14.
You're right. Okay, listen, I'm sorry, y'all. This should be funny to me though. It is. It's funny to me, the shit that people will fall for, right? The shit that people will fall for. He called a number, and the number told him how much money was in the damn bank account. Okay, all right. Miss Boogie Down said he ain't even a bad looking young man. You drove through how many states for this chick? The fuck, young man? Right? Yeah, nah. And not only that, Ms. Boogie Down, but he called a number that said that there was $45 million in the bank. Because that's how banks do. They just just call a number and it just blurts out your balance and shit, So that works. Kimmy Who said that phone bank account scam has been going around for years. It really has. It really has. West Side Story, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate that. Appreciate you dropping down to hit the like button. Thank you. Let's watch.
To hear more account details, press 5.
I never in my life ever heard that, been around that type of money.
Nigga, you 23. Of course you ain't never been around $45 million. You're 23. You was just born the other day. The fuck out of here.
Anything. So me hearing that, and that being her father's account, I was like, well, baby girl, you are one, blessed because your mom and dad have literally given you generational wealth if you manage your money properly. I didn't even care about payback, honestly. I just wanted to help somebody who needed help. She was in college, apparently, doing all this while her grandmother.
Look at this shit. That dude 06, look at this shit. Sucking on a damn. So you just wanted to take a picture while you was enjoying a fucking popsicle and shit. Huh? That's when you wanted to take a That's when you decided, let me pull out my phone. I'm just taking a cool, refreshing break with a cold treat. Yeah, right. Look at this shit. This is what we go through. I'm just saying.
Was sick. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna relieve the burden off your shoulders, help you do this, even though I don't have the financial stability to do so myself. The next reason I had to send her money was her grandmother's medical bills. She is sick. I don't know. She sent me a picture of her. She said that she's bedridden, can hardly move around the house. She slipped and fell pretty bad, hurt herself, and needed to get her medicine. Her grandmother is the last living relative that she has. The food and the medicine in total, she asked for about $350 to $450. She tells me all the time that her grandmother says hi and that she appreciates everything I've done for her and her granddaughter. And me being the kind person I am, my grandmother was also bedridden, could not move around, had MS, was really, really, really sick. The next reason that she would need money from me is now to fix her phone so she can give me a FaceTime call. I proceeded to ask why, considering that the 2 calls that you've given me in the first 2 months have only lasted for a minute and a half. She proceeded to hit me with the excuse of my phone is broken or my internet is bad. To fix her phone, I proceeded to then again reach into my pocket, pull out almost near $1,000 to fix a phone.
Okay, now I want y'all to remember that the exterior of where he lives in a trailer. All right. I don't know the circumstances behind that. I don't know. All I know is that he lives in a trailer and he has given this woman $1,000 to fix her damn phone. Okay. I just say that because I feel like the $1,000 could be going somewhere else. All right. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with living in a trailer. I lived in a trailer for several years. Okay. My trailer was not connected to a car though, but whatever. Okay. It was nice. Trust me. I loved it. I didn't think I would. And then when I moved in, I was like, this is the shit. It was roomy. It was spacious. It was clean. I loved it, loved it, loved it. But anyway, it's not the point. It's not about me. All right. But I do feel like this money could be going somewhere else for this young man. All right. Maybe to Supercuts. I don't know. I feel like this man needs something to do with his hair, but whatever. He's reaching in to give somebody $1,000 because he wants to be able to do a FaceTime call. In 2025, nobody should have bad internet, okay? We have upgraded 5G, put towers all over the place. Internet service over phones, internet has just dramatically changed. It is so good. Nobody should be able to give somebody the excuse of my internet is bad. I got bad connections. I got bad internet. That's the reason why I can't FaceTime you. That's right, just Nikki, to fix a phone. Reese Musmon said, did you live in a single or wide or double wide? I think this will be considered a double wide, and had my washer and dryer in there, 2 bedrooms. My kitchen was huge. My living room was huge. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. I was like, I love this. I mean, it was nice. It was nice. Had my furniture. When you walked in, it smelled good. I mean, man, that was nice. That was really, really nice. But anyway, Reefa Musk Mom, I think it will be considered a double wide, I suppose. Miss Piggy Braxton says, can somebody find his phone number for me? My sick aunt who lives in the basement has one leg off in a wheelchair and needs commissary money. Mixtures Monica said, yeah, he needs a proper barber, not Nesto's barbershop, though. Listen, this dude's hair has been bothering me. This dude's hair has been bothering me this entire time. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Mixtures Monica, he looked like he's a part of Bone. He looked like, is that Crazy Bone or is that Busy Bone? He looked like one of them bone people, Mixtures Monica, okay? I'm just saying. Carol Manidra says, unless they're on Cameo, I'm not paying $1K for a FaceTime call. Even Cameo, do Cameo cost that much? I don't even know if Cameo costs that much. I'm just saying. Reefa Muslim also, yes, I was living it up. It was nice. It was nice. I'm just saying. Let's listen.
Still have yet to get an actual FaceTime call that lasts over 1.5 minutes.
Then you should be done with the shit. 1.5 minutes. This is after the $1,000, y'all. Okay, just in case y'all are trying to follow along. Okay, that dude 06, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Native, your trailer is better than the cell with open stall toilet. Nesto is now and would be hating or just saying 2155. Listen, my trailer was back in Florida, right? This is right before I moved to Atlanta. Is where I lived at. And look, I had zero problems with it. Trust me. But it was just before I moved into it. I think I was in it for about 4 years. But before I moved into it, I had like the stereotypical thoughts of what living in a trailer meant, right? Cramped, dirty, and all this other crazy shit, like no room. I had no idea until I actually went and looked at the place that it was going to be like it was. So I had zero problems with the place. So, but yes, to your point, definitely better than the incarceration that Ernesto was going through. You're right. 2155. Feel like I'm burning up in hell. I never felt like I was burning up in hell when I was in there, okay? All right? It was a very, very, very nice place. But that dude 06, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate that, okay? Yes, Mixtures Monica, no FaceTime. No. But he got plans, okay? He got plans, Tanya B here. He got plans. They're going to go to amusement parks and everything. But watch what happens.
I get out the car with my roses that she said was her favorite. On the sign, I get, "Welcome, Mary. This is Malachi." I waited and sat there for 5 hours, waiting, asking, "Where are you at? What's happening?" And then I get a picture of her holding up a peace sign, smiling, saying that she got held up by ICE.
She got held up by ICE, okay?
Stop it. Get some help.
Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now?
Miss me with that boy.
I'm just saying, you would have to ICE. ICE. Yes, make it rain. She got stopped by ICE. Okay? I'm just okay. I'm just saying. She tried it. She tried it, y'all.
I got a whole lot of things that ultimately have just completely went to waste because she has not showed up. I bought 2 more tickets. Each one apparently needed to be first class and the same amount as the first one. she said, go ahead and tell your family and friends that, you know, you're soon going to be able to see your wife or whatever. I was like, okay. So I told my friends, I told my moms, and here we are 2 years later, still nothing.
2 years later, he has sent her money for plane tickets, waited for her. She didn't show up. ICE stopped her for some fucking reason, right? And 2 years later, still no contact. Okay, that's where we are right now with this guy. Boom, 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 boom. That's where we are. Okay, Mixtures Monica, yes, Miss Lady Ice. Mixtures Monica, thank you for the super chat. Mixtures Monica says, Native, was it you that played the video of the catfish where the dude said you do not look like your pictures, you use too many filters, terrible? Yes, I believe that was one of the ones that we did, Mixtures Monica. But Mixtures Monica, what do you think about this guy sending her plane tickets and she got stopped by ICE? Huh? ICE is the reason why he didn't meet her. And 2 years later, still has not met her. I'm just saying. What do you think about that? I'm just saying, Mixtures Monica. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mixtures Monica said, ice, ice, baby. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Legacy Moon says, so you drove 38 hours and waited 5 just to find out she's been held up by ICE, not detained, but held up, and they let her keep her phone for selfies. No, Legacy Moon, he hasn't done the drive yet. He hasn't done that yet. Let's listen.
I mean, at first I was happy for you, but as it progressed and like weird incidences started happening, like you got that mail at the house, and I was like, what is it? Oh, I don't know, some check she wants me to cash, or it just sent my little mommy antennas up. I don't like how much she has used you. She has taken a lot of money and resources from you.
Having been stood up in the airport and paid for multiple tickets for Mary to never show up, Malachi.
See, Legacy Moon, he paid for the plane tickets. He was in the airport for 5 hours, okay? He was in the airport for 5 hours after he sent her money for a plane ticket. That's where we are right now. We ain't got to the drive yet. Lord of mercy. We ain't got to the drive yet, okay? Miss Lady has gifted 5. Count them 5. Native Tribe Urban Media memberships. Thank you so much, Miss Lady. I do appreciate that. And let's see who received the membership. We got Clutching My Pearls is now a member. Da Savu is now a member. Chocolate is now a member. Pat B is now a member. And Angela Carter is now a member due to the courtesy and the generosity is what I'm trying to reach for of Ms. Lady. Thank you, Ms. Lady. I do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Say says, I knew about his mom. He doesn't even have a black friend relative to tell how stupid he is. Exactly, y'all. We do have new members of the tribe. Everybody welcome the 5 newest members of the tribe. Thank you. You know, I don't have a lot of rules around here, but the one rule that I do have is that if you are going to come in and put your feet up, take your shoes off first. All right. Thank you, Ms. Lady. Now let's listen to some more.
Feels that he's doing the right thing by helping her out and hopes the two will meet up together face to face.
At the end of the day, I only did what I thought was right, in my opinion. What I was looking at was a beautiful woman that I thought that I could take serious and commit to and have a serious relationship with. I just want to know exactly what I've sat here, wasted 2.5 years on and $10,000 on. I'm tired of sitting here talking to just a phone and me.
You heard that correctly, 504. $10,000 over 2 years. Okay. Never met, never talked to, can't get a FaceTime, none of that. $10,000. You heard that right.
Trusting you and believing you the way I have, and you completely backstabbing me and doing this constantly like you've shown me for the last 2.5 years has really not helped your case at all. If you told me this was real, I honestly would be relieved. Like, I put myself in so many holes, dug myself so many graves, all in the name of this love that has never loved me back, honestly.
All right, Seekers, we knew we had to help Malachi, so the research team sat down to go over all of the information he had given us.
We have a lot of information we can look into. She sent him her home address, which is in El Monte, which is not too far from us.
No,
Brian.
like 2 hours.
So you also have images of this woman she's claiming to be, and some Cash App and Western Union transactions.
So something I noticed is when he had sent over all of the images for Mary, is that the majority of the images are a bit racy.
So you think that that's what's catching his attention? And
I believe so, yes.
I would say that probably has a high likelihood to affect a young man.
And another thing that
I like the way he said that. I think that has a high likelihood of attracting a young man, of capturing his attention. Yes, I do think that that's possible.
want to talk about, because he didn't mention this in his interview, he drove all the way from North Carolina to California, but never was able to get inside the apartment. I wonder why.
I'm trying to show you. I'm literally outside. You think I'm kidding or playing with you, bro. And I'm literally sitting outside. It doesn't.
She is kidding and playing with you, bro. That's what you don't understand. She is playing with you, bro.
It doesn't look like that at all. It's cloudy outside. There's a truck right there and a black car right there. In your photo, it's completely sunny and empty as
Gotta love showing up just for somebody that you love and truly care about, only for them to not really want to see you or show you the same amount of respect or compassion as you have. So, thank you. It's always nice.
Malachi is obviously a young man. We don't get a lot of cases where, someone is completely unaware of some of the red flags that have popped up. He has his whole life ahead of him. What's he doing in this case where he's in this for 2.5 years with somebody that's only chatted with him on the phone for a collection of 5 minutes? How do we help this guy?
After discussing Malachi's case, the research team came up with a game plan and got to work.
Okay, it's time to start digging into what Malachi had sent us. So we have Cash App transactions, we have the address in El Monte where Mary lives. We also have a copy of the plane ticket, her email address, and a bunch of images that Malachi had sent over to us.
I was just wondering, are these all the transactions for him?
Yeah, so basically what happened was Malachi had sent over 2 profiles from Cash App. And did you guys get a chance to look at those 2 profiles?
Yeah, we were looking into it and we couldn't find anything for those usernames.
He said, that's all on that account. I lost access to the other one because I lost the password and the balance was negative $8,555 for reasons unknown.
And since then, he can't log in at all?
No, he cannot log in.
Interesting.
Yes. So with the transactions, we can chat with Malachi about those later. As for the transactions he did send to us, let's just look into those and see if we can create a cryptograph.
Okay, sounds good.
So we should probably look into that El Monte address.
All right, so I got the address pulled up right here and the address checks out. There's no way for us to verify apartment to apartment who's actually living there, so I think the best way would be to go check in person.
If you look back at the apartment, it looks like there's some sort of security to get into the actual complex.
Yeah, it looks like a key card reader on the wall. So maybe if we can get a hold of the front desk or something, we could try to get some information. But I think probably going in person would be the best bet.
Yeah. Lastly, we have about 30 images that Malachi had sent over to us for this person he's talking to, Mary.
Yeah, let me look this up real quick on our website. So I just ran a search and I want to share with you what I found here. Lots of escort pages under different names. So here we have Michelle Stubbs, 803 number. Then we have Sam under a 516 number. And we have another, this is Sam in Palm Springs. This one doesn't have a name, but she is in San Francisco. So another completely different location. And then we have her as Linda here. And this.
Oh, look, they're all escorts. Huh. Ain't that funny how somebody is using all these pictures in all these locations, and then they decide to use this same picture to send this guy to entice him because she's already an escort. She already has racy pictures online. Huh. Scammers are kind of smart.
This looks like Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So on Instagram, we have a few different profiles as well. This one's Chloe. And then we have Diana. This is the name that we mainly saw when searching her. This name came up the most when searching social media. Has quite a few photos, but not that much. This one's under the name Mia.
So a lot of Instagram profiles under different names. Somewhat of a red flag, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. If anything, this just proves that her photos have been stolen.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see if we could find the real person.
I think we need to spend a little more time looking into who she is and confirm her identity. And in the meantime, Drew and I will head over to the El Monte address to see who's living there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
After a few days of researching, the team had some answers, but we felt we could take it a step further to get definitive proof for Malachi and confirm who was living in this address in El Monte. So Brienne and I hit the road. Let's get on the road, Brienne.
All right, let's go.
Well, we made it to El Monte. Why are we in El Monte, Brienne?
So, story behind this is he lives on the East Coast. He drove from where he lived, I believe North or South Carolina, to California, just so he can get a chance to meet Mary, who he had been talking to for some time. And so when he got here to her apartment and he was parked out front, he claimed that he called her to come down and she never came down.
Why didn't he ever just go and knock on the door?
He said that she was telling him all kinds of stories and giving him all kinds of excuses, that she was on house arrest and something about the pipe burst in the apartment and the landlord wasn't going to let her come out of the apartment, go downstairs, and so he never ended up seeing her.
Okay, I don't know.
If the pipe bursts in your apartment, your landlord cannot tell you not to come outside, okay? Ms. Mad About Music says, wouldn't be surprised if it was some dude behind the scam. Absolutely. Absolutely. But well, you'll find out. You'll find out.
Know how far the drive is from south or north or
Across
Ohio
country.
or whatever. You went cross country. In my head, you're coming out of the house, right?
Maybe his nerves got the best of him and he just saw it as a sign, and when she was giving him a bunch of excuses, he decided it wasn't the right timing. I'm not sure.
Well, we're knocking on this door. We're gonna get the answers. We're gonna find out who lives here. Hopefully, this person isn't using some random person's address. We're gonna figure out who lives here. Why did this person tell Malachi that they live here? We're gonna get the answers. We're gonna find out the truth.
It's 101, so we need to go up one.
Maybe right here.
Ms. Mad About Music said, did he drive to see her before he sent plane tickets or after? I missed that. It was after. It was after. So he had, he sent the plane tickets. Well, the first one, he sat at the airport for 5 hours. She said she was detained by ICE, which makes no sense. But then he sent her another plane ticket. She still never showed up. They weren't clear about how many plane tickets he sent, but he did send multiple plane tickets. She never showed up. It was after that he drove from North Carolina to California. And I'm sorry, that ain't nothing but horniness. I'm sorry. That's just that's just there's nothing that would I mean, maybe now I can't even say then, but like at this age that I'm at right now, I am 49 years old. I ain't driving across country for horniness. Okay. Like I'm just not doing it. But 23, maybe he had it in him. He thought it would be worth the trip. But shit, that shit ain't worth the trip for me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, when you get to a certain age, Jane, this shit don't be worth it. But yes, hope that clears that up, Ms. Mad About Music.
These are stairs. Yeah. Hi. 207? It's like right here.
A little bit further.
Oh wait, is it back now?
No, it was a little bit further.
Oh, okay.
We
might have to go
we
all the
walked
way
by
around,
107
no?
down there.
It's right here. This one, I think. All right.
Ready? Oh,
this is your apartment.
You're 207?
What's this about?
So, do you know this woman? Her name's Mary. You've never seen this woman before?
No.
Okay. So we're trying to help a guy out. He is in a relationship with this person, and she gave him this address and said she lives here.
Never seen her here.
Never seen her. Okay. Yeah, she said, I think she's been living here a year or two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a couple of years. You were saying that other people live with you?
Yeah, I have my ex and her mother live here.
Okay, and none of them are by the name of Mary. They don't look like this person.
But we also just wanted to let you know that your address was used
Yes.
in whatever way. Like, she's claiming she
Not very
lives.
many people know this is an apartment complex. There used to be a tire shop, a check cashing place.
Gotcha.
So,
Oh, I see.
How long have you been living here?
almost 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
And this apartment complex has only been here 7 years.
Okay. And no Marys that look like that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Nobody's ever come here and asked either, right?
Well, Nathan, it was really nice meeting you. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for answering all of our questions and, being so open.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Well, you have a good day.
Thank
all right,
you,
thank
man.
you.
Thank you, bro. Nice meeting you.
All right.
Yeah, you too,
All
man.
right.
See you.
Wow. Wow. Just wow, right? Wow. Not even anybody named Mary, okay? That dude 06, thank you so much for the super chat, says, I tried to help a friend being scammed by a fake military guy. As a veteran, I tried to do a good deed. After 30 minutes, I washed my hands of it. I tried. Let me tell you, there are people who, I'm telling you, belief is something else, man. Belief is something else. If a person believes something, that dude 06, I don't care how many facts you put in front of their face, it ain't gonna work. Okay, they are going to believe what they are going to believe. So look, hats off to you for trying. But I've been in that same position where you try to convince somebody of something, and it don't work. It don't work. People are gonna believe what they believe. But thank you for the super chat, and shout out again to you for at least trying. Right, Miss Piggy Braxton says Mary just left herself go. That wasn't Mary, Miss Piggy Braxton. Okay, that was not Mary. Damn it, that's not who that was. Let's listen, y'all.
After we were able to confirm that Mary wasn't living at this address, we decided to head back to the office and set up another call with Malachi the next day to let him know everything that we had found. If you're looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating with online, or maybe you need help breaking through to a friend or a family member, don't hesitate to reach out to our email, sharemystory@socialcatfish.com. We can help you find the answers you've been looking for. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too.
Hello, Malachi. Are you ready for today?
Yes, I am ready. Hopefully to find out who I've been talking to, or at least have a little bit of background.
Malachi, you've been talking to Mary for over 2 years now. Tell us What are some of the reasons you decided to seek answers after so long?
At first, it really wasn't even like red signs to me. I just like did things out of the kindness of my heart.
Are you still in love with Mary?
I still have feelings for her, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, what else do you expect me to do when you've kind of just, used me and manipulated me, kind of?
Well, Malachi, we have all of the answers that you've been looking for, and we want to share with you what we found.
Alrighty, I'm ready to hear them.
So the first thing that I want to share with you is the plane ticket. While we noticed some inconsistencies with the ticket itself, the itinerary that she had sent you, we noticed at the top it stated it was a flight from San Diego to Jacksonville. Right underneath that, it also states it's an itinerary for California to North Carolina. At the very bottom, it states a whole list of flights and connecting flights that would be taken for that itinerary. So we're missing some in-between flights. It doesn't even make sense how you could get from point A to point B, and then all of a sudden you're over here across the United States. And so for this reason, this itinerary is not valid. This is a fake itinerary. Did you notice any of this information?
I did not. I'm very new to stuff like that. That's like literally, this is my first time ever dealing with something like this.
But do y'all realize that, like, and I know y'all get tired of me harping on reading all the time, right? Because I'm big on reading, and everybody isn't, but I am, and this is why. This is why I'm big on reading. All he had to do was read the damn itinerary, and it wouldn't have made sense. But being new to something doesn't mean that you can't figure it out, right? All he had to do was read it. He did not read it. That's all that is. That's literally all that is. Boom, 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 boom.
So me seeing that, I'm like, okay, cool. I just looked at it and was like, all right, bet, you're coming. Say less.
Now, in the intro interview, you said something completely different. You said that you knew it was fake.
I mean, I didn't know, but I knew after my mom, my brother, everybody was like, this is not a real ticket.
So after your family had told you, hey, this ticket's fake, this is not a real itinerary, why did you keep going with the relationship? And you continue to send her money even after the fact.
So what made me really stay was her saying that, every relationship has its up and downs. If you can't get through the hard times, you're not truly in love with the person. Literally would throw it in my face type stuff.
All right, well, Drew and I took a road trip to El Monte, and you also took a road trip to this same apartment complex, correct?
Yep. A year ago.
This kind of blows my mind. So you drove all the way from North Carolina to California, but you never got to the door. Why is that?
Because as soon as she responded, it was, I can't really come outside due to me being on house arrest due to the landlord saying that if I don't pay a $950 leak, you can't visit. And me not knowing anything about like California tenant laws, renting, all that. So after I sat out there, got all those excuses and fake sorries, I call my mom and I just break down, honestly. I'm like, why did I seriously like do this? Why did I come out here, waste my time for nothing?
It's pretty crazy because we were actually able to get inside, and we headed over to the apartment where she claims to be living. And we walk by this guy, and this guy is sitting on the steps. And so we go to the door, we start knocking, and that guy gets up and he's like, that's my apartment. What do you guys need? And so we start chatting with him, we started explaining the story. We showed him a picture of Mary. He said he had never seen her ever. He also stated that he had been living in that apartment for over 5 years with his ex, and there's no one else that had ever lived in that apartment with him.
Yeah, so Nidra says, what if it's the daughter of the woman who lives with the guy? they showed the picture. He did not recognize her at all, and so that kind of like, no, it's all fiction. It's all it's all fictional, Nidra. It's all fake. It's not possible. No. Sensible Creation Sister says, so he gave his whole SSD checks to this person. I blame his mom too. Absolutely. Just Nikki says, fighting for fake love. Absolutely. Legacy Moon says, so the landlord held her hostage due to a burst pipe. FYI, you are allowed to go outside up to a certain feet on a house arrest. Yes, all of that. None of this makes sense. And whoever this person is obviously knows that he is inexperienced and not very smart and was able to get away with this for 2 years, Legacy Moon. 2 years, okay? Yes.
I don't know. I'm speechless, honestly.
Why do you think that Mary would have you drive that far to go to an apartment she doesn't live at?
I have no idea, honestly.
Are you sure you don't have any idea?
I have zero. Literally, before I even drove out there, she spent a whole week convincing me to even do it. Like literally, we planned everything a week in advance. And I sat there and told her, like, I'm not going to do this if I'm going to, like, you know, not have anything or see you.
Well, Malachi, we spent a lot of time pulling the information that we're providing today. We ran into 2 issues though, man. The first issue was we tried to send her over a link to track her IP address. And when she clicked on it, we found that she was running a VPN. So we weren't able to get any real data.
Yeah.
Another issue that we had was we ran multiple reverse image searches on her and we couldn't pinpoint an official account for her.
We found hundreds of accounts, hundreds.
Oh my.
And yes, and the majority of her pictures were found on escort sites. But we also found a profile name that was attached to these images, and it seemed like she was mostly going under the name Diana Doll.
This scammer was having Malachi do a lot of dangerous stuff. The fact that he had someone's account and social security number was concerning to us. A few days before this interview, we decided to dig deeper into the $45 million this person was claiming to have.
Then the account type is a Bank of America, Larry Williams, and then we also have his account number, social security number, and then the tax ID, right?
Yep.
Is there anything else?
That is literally all I have.
Okay.
For that.
Okay, I got you. All right, thank you, bro.
No problem.
All right, talk to you soon.
It's an invalid social security that he gave you. Doesn't exist. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, but I'm thinking too, like, how can you create a bank account with a fake social security number? Wouldn't that be flagged when you create the account?
And it has $45 million in it. Let's just call and see.
All right, let's just call.
You know, something that we also noticed, and I just wanted to touch on that really fast, is we did call the bank using the security information that you gave to us. And I want you to know that I found out that the Social Security is not valid.
Okay. And that's another thing. So she sent over checks to me to cash or whatever. I cashed one to send it to her because she said that she needed it. I went, cashed it, it hit my account only to get immediately taken off and say that it was fraudulent and not real. And I'm like, why are you lying to me? Why? What's happening? I don't understand any of it, to be honest.
Do you have access to that check still, or?
No, I threw them away. I didn't want nothing to do with them. Especially if I could get in trouble for doing something that I thought I was helping you with. Because I heard that you could possibly get in trouble for doing stuff like that, so.
What you mean, possibly? Legacy Moon, this man needs to watch some of your body cams, okay? What do you mean possibly get in trouble? Are you serious right now, dude? Like, come on, man. You can't be this slow. You cannot be this slow. Hey, Linda, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Mistress Monica say, "Oh man, he going to jail." Magic City's finest say he looked like he got hips. Oh my god. Oh my god. You want to talk about ain't got nothing to do with this, okay? Listening and giggling says, I think he's a fraudster. I don't believe him at all. I don't know. I feel like he's young and dumb. Okay. I feel like he's young and dumb. Legacy Moon said, exactly. What you mean you think you heard that you might be able to go to, man, if you don't sit your stupid ass down before the police watch my video and come pick your ass up, I'm just saying.
Is that one of the reasons why you reached out to us?
One of them, yes.
Malachi, this person is disrespecting you. They're manipulating you. They're putting you in a bad situation. They have you accepting money, checks from people you don't know. And then they're asking you to move that money through crypto. And it's putting you at risk. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I do feel like you should understand the gravity of this situation that this person has put you in. And our recommendation is to not accept any more money from this person. Do not send any money on behalf of this person.
How much have you received?
3,000 to 4,000.
I just feel like we're missing something, man. Like, you say you're scared about something, but I feel like every time we speak to you, you have new information for us. So now it's the checks, then it's this account, then it's the Cash App gets closed down. Your Cash App got closed down and it was negative $8,000. I didn't even know that. I heard that from Brienne. Yeah. It just feels like there's more and more activity that's unfolding every time we speak to you.
Did this person ever have access to your Cash App?
I gave her it once because she swore that she needed it for her grandmother.
The fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. LeBron, you crazy? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, what the fuck would make you do some bullshit like this for some? There are people that I know in my actual real life that I can reach out to and touch right now that would not have my Cash App login. Are you fucking serious? Nah, he ain't a fraudster. He ain't a scammer. He's dumb. He is dumb as shit. Okay? Dumb as shit, Magic City's finest, I promise.
And then immediately after my Cash App got closed, my Navy Fed account got closed and terminated, and also negative.
Are they linked?
They were linked.
Okay, so once you were negative in Cash App was basically a reflection of your Navy Fed account, which means your Navy Fed account was also negative.
So do you have to pay that back?
Oh, I already have. Like I said, I've wasted so much money paying back fines and fees that I'm not supposed to owe, all because of excuses, lies, my religion thrown in my face. Like I said, I know it looks stupid because there's a whole lot of red flags that everybody else can see, but like I genuinely took it seriously and like was working my ass off to provide and give her everything that she was wanting and needing. Same with her grandmother.
What will it take for you to block her for good and not respond to her anymore?
Whenever she can stop making all these emails and hitting me up.
This scammer is not going to stop contacting you. They've gotten $8,000 from your Cash App. They've gotten $10,000 from you. They've gotten you to funnel $4,000 for them. They're not going to stop. You have to make the choice to not reply. They're going to keep on making these fake profiles, these fake accounts, these fake emails, and they're going to keep reaching out to you. But ultimately, it's up to you to not reply, Malachi.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have been duped. You have been scammed. You have been tricked, and you have been lied to.
You've been bamboozled. You've been led astray. You've been run amok. Okay, he left those out. Okay.
I'm just speechless, man, honestly. Got the best of me, honestly. That's all I can say.
Today it ends.
Today it all ends, yes.
Yes.
Malachi, you're young, man. You got a lot of life ahead of you. What are you doing getting caught up in?
I was just trying something new, and that was not a good idea.
Malachi, we appreciate you reaching out to us though, man.
I appreciate y'all more. Like, a whole weight literally is lifted, to be honest. Like, just thank you.
Good, man.
You're welcome. Don't forget to block this person.
Yes, ma'am.
Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream.
Yo, shout out to Catfish, man. Shout out to them for the work that they do. Shout out to them for keeping a straight face during all this bullshit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That would not be the job for me, okay? I'm good with people, but that would not be the job for me. You did what with what? I mean, Catfish would fire me after the first time I went, nigga. They would be done with me after that. Because that would be the way that I would respond to most of this bullshit. Nigga, you did what? Well, I sent them my Cash App log. Nigga. That was so I couldn't do this job. Okay. I couldn't. All right. But anyway, listen, this was fun. This was fun. And we will do more Scamfish in the future. This will probably be our Thursday hangout, right? This will be our Thursday thing. So y'all come back next Thursday. If you like the Catfish, like I said, share it out. Make people aware that when something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Okay. But thank y'all for hanging out with me. Listen, let me give y'all a little bit of an update. Okay. My friend V. Lenore has an exclusive interview with Roger Troutman's daughter, right? That has been rescheduled for another time. So it's going to happen today, I believe, but just make sure that you check out what time. It's not going to be at 4:00. Time is going to be moved a little bit later, but make sure your notifications are on so that way you can catch Villanore's exclusive interview with Roger Troutman's daughter. That should be absolutely incredible. Roger Troutman was, of course, a legend from the Bay Area. Computer Love, I Want to Be Your Man, So Rough, So Tough, just absolute, just monster hits, right? Monster hits. So his daughter will do an interview with V. Lenore. That's going to happen on later. Like I said, be on the lookout for that time. They're trying to get that worked out behind the scenes as we speak, okay? My friend Legacy Moon got her body cam coming up later on this evening, so you will get a chance to have all three of us today on this Thursday. It is a great day, a beautiful day out here in Atlanta. The sun is shining. It doesn't appear to be too cold. So guess what? Your boy is about to get out here in these Atlanta streets, okay? That's what I'm doing. So I hope that you all have had a great day. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me today. I do so greatly, greatly appreciate it. The barcode that you see right here on this screen, that is the QR code for the Native Tribe shop. Okay, if you want to check that out, feel free to to point your camera at that barcode, and that barcode will take you directly to nativetribeshop.com. I want to thank the moderators, my Notorious Native Tribe mod squad. Ladies, thank you so much for handling all the things behind the scenes. I do appreciate that. If you hit the Cash App today, if you gifted some memberships, if you gave a super chat, or even if you just hit the like button, thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting me. I do appreciate that. All right. I may or may not be back tomorrow. Still trying to figure that out. And I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I want to start the book club, y'all. I'm going to post on my community wall today the link to Legacy Moon's Live. If you did not see Legacy Moon's Live, there will be a link on my community wall today for that. But I'm also going to link the information for the book club. If you want to be a part of the book club, you don't have to have actually read the book. But for those of us that have read the book, we can have a discussion, have a panel discussion, and talk about it. And the book that we're talking about is The Sun Does Shine by Anthony Ray Hinton. If you all are not familiar with this book, it is a very compelling story. You can look it up. Anthony Ray Hinton spent 28 years, I believe, on death row for a crime he did not commit. All right. It was Brian Stevenson and the Equal Justice Initiative that got him off of that. And it is an amazing story. All right. So that is the book. I think we want to do that on Fridays. I will post more information on the community wall. I'm super excited to have this discussion with you all because you all are great. You make it look good. You all are intelligent. And I love this community. So let's get into it. Book club to start pretty soon, possibly tomorrow, but we'll see. I'll gauge and see how many of you all want to do that, and then we'll go from there. All right. So thank y'all for being here today. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Be on the lookout for that notification from my friend V. Lenore on when she's rescheduling that interview with Roger Troutman's daughter. All right. And that's all I got. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. But before I do, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are enough. You are beautiful. You are loved and you are blessed. And there isn't anything that anybody can do about that. Not even you. All right. So thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday and I will see you soon.